Hey, hey, it's Miss Ussin with 2 minutes for new teachers. And I'm probably gonna need 1 extra minute today, y'all. Why? Because we're delving into my latest book, Your Classroom or Their Playground, Classroom Management Observations and Conversations for the New Teacher. Today, chapter 3, Save the Yelling for the Game. Why? Because there's nothing worse than hearing a teacher yell, especially if you can hear them yelling down the hallway, as was the case for the scenario that I introduced to you in chapter 3. I take you to my very own classroom where my students were working quietly at their desk, and because they were working quietly, I was working quietly at my desk. They had just finished a very busy station rotation around the classroom, and they had gotten to the place of independence at their individual desks where they had to show me what they gathered from the stations. So the first student asked, Miss Houston, can we close our door? And I'm hearing them and not hearing them because my students were always asking for something and I knew when to answer them. But by the third student, I finally said, y'all, why do we need our door closed? Now, I had tuned all the noise out because it was always happening down there. And you know how you just get accustomed to something and you just I had gotten to that point, but my students couldn't even concentrate. So I said, why do we need our door closed? And on came the responses. I mean, just a barrage of them. Because he always yelling, Miss Houston. I know you hear him down there yelling. Even when our class in there, I know you be hearing him yelling. He yelled too much. I don't even want to go down there today. He don't even know how to control us. Yes, that came from the students. And because this was my teammate and I knew his struggles in the classroom, I knew that he had to resort to yelling. He had to. Why? Because he didn't have any systems in place. You heard the students. He don't even know how to control us. Had he put some systems in place, some regular rituals and routines, there would be less likelihood of him having to yell. You see, the students didn't have any expectations from him. He hadn't set anything up. They didn't know what he wanted. They didn't know what was expected. What were we supposed to do when the work is done? What do we do before we start our work? How do we walk into the classroom? Do we have anything that we're supposed to say together? How do you want us to turn the work in? He didn't have any of that stuff in place. So the kids did whatever they wanted to do. It was a playground. He had to resort to yelling to get their attention because it was a playground. It was loud. Here's something that I say in the book and that I say anytime I'm speaking anywhere to teachers. I say, students do whatever teachers allow them to do, but what they want to do is what teachers expect of them. You must have expectations for your students. And the more expectations you have and the more orderly you are with holding on to those expectations and upholding them and putting students through regular rituals and routines, the less likely it is that you'll have to yell.